Hello, my collective, my fellow divine beings. Everybody's welcome and thank you for being here with me. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a beautiful comment down there. I do all kinds of readings, trying to be very holistic, hit all aspects of your life. If I can pull a tarot on it, I would use tarot to do it. That's how I like to do it, okay? So thank you for being here. I mean, you have a lot to gain from being here in this channel, all right? And being part of my community or this spiritual channel here. So let's look at our reading, okay? This reading is going to be focusing on what type of leader you are and what elements you can place, okay? That you can put in you to put you even in a higher authoritative energy, okay? So we're using the 10th house energy here to see all the signs, okay? So you can check with the, how do you call it, timestamps to see where you are. So we're gonna start with Aries, okay? What are Aries great leaders in already? What are Aries great leaders in already? So naturally, Aries come off as highly optimistic people, and anytime they are positive thinkers and are in this energy, they are seen as highly powerful leaders. Okay, they know how to be very optimistic. You Arieses know how to be very optimistic and think positive about everything. You are, you know, this kind of optimism breeds luck, because when you have an optimistic mindset, you know, and you feel this way on an emotional level because you got the moon in Sagittarius here, you can go places in life. There is nothing you can't accomplish. You are willing to put yourself out there, go to the wherever you need to go, travel wherever you need to go, because you trust and you believe and you have this optimistic mindset. And for the fact that you have the energy to go and see and learn new things and different things that you want to acquire, it puts you ahead of other people. You know, you are willing to do the work, do the footwork, the hard work. And like I said, if that means you need to get up every day and go to school and take a class, you will do it. You know, you're willing to learn just so that you can have the edge and have the understanding of whatever it is that you're doing. And that is why you are a great leader, because that brings you so much optimism and you know, you gain so much knowledge above your peers, because you're willing to do the work, travel, do whatever you need to do to put you in this mindset. And you feel this. So this is what makes you a great leader. Now let's see what else you can do. All right, my Aries, what else you can do to really set you apart and make you that powerful authoritative figure? What else can you do? We already know you can be the emperor and you are the emperor in the tarot, but let's see what specific element here that you can integrate that will even make you more powerful, my Aries. One more shuffle. Okay, so listening to your impulse, you see there's two horses here. There's something about you always being on the go and taking leadership roles and taking actions, trusting in yourself. You see, making the journey and getting up and going. It naturally brings you luck. I will get a symbol of the horseshoe and probably put it like charge it in the sun, or put some luck oils or something on and keep on you, because you can use that to your advantage. You see, paying attention to your impulses, listening to what your soul, all right, is telling you to take actions on, all right, is what is setting you apart and making you that great authoritative figure. You are ready to go all the time. And it's because you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to your gut feelings and what you're feeling, that impulse to get up and go do, and you always listen to it. And the more you listen to it and you make that move, the more you become that authoritative figure. All right. So I really like that for you. And that's it, my Aries. Thank you so much. As it seems like it's already in your element. So, all right, thank you. And let's move on to Taurus. What makes Taurus great leaders? Spirit, divine. What makes Tauruses great leaders? Publicity. It seems that you know how to put yourself out there. There is something creative, artistic, or a talent that you need to put yourself out there and stand out. You see, the more you can make yourself publicly known and put yourself out there, whatever it is that you do, if you can bring and attract publicity to yourself, it is how you are going to stand out and be that leader. All right, so whatever artistic talent or whatever it is that you do that you're talented in, if it brings you publicity, then that's what sets you apart and that's what makes you a great leader. All right, let's look at what will put you in a high authoritative energy. What else can you integrate for Taurus? Optimism for you. So, you know, I feel like there's an element of you being spontaneous. You, in the publicity, I feel like there's an element of you being spontaneous, being willing to make changes to whatever plans you have. Don't stay stuck in your plans, because 5 is like changing energy, right? A lot of changes, spontaneity is in there. You know, the whole sun energy is in there. Even though it's Jupiterian, it's like you being able to like dance with the flow and changing things up. Okay, but with the 9 energy coming with optimism here, I'm also feeling like being ready to go, learning what you need to learn about your subjects, whether it's music, art, whatever it is that you do, feeling it deep within you that you want it, that you're gonna have it. Okay, it's the optimistic mindset is what's gonna really put you in a very high authoritative space. Okay, and this comes from hard work and taking actions, you know, being ready to go, feeling like listening to yourself and going with however the situation. If that means travel, then travel. If that means that get this book and study, then do that. If that means making that phone call, if that means going to the parties, then go to the parties. You know, whoever it is that you need to mingle with to put you on the map is taking you right where you need to be. It's almost like a lucky charm with the shrub here, and you following through with your ideas and being ready to go travel, go wherever you need to go, mingle with people. You know, having this mindset is what's going to really set you apart and put you in that leadership role. All right, my Tauruses. Okay, so it's like it has a lot to do with learning. Okay, learning new ideas and being open to mingle and see new places and be around different people that probably are into what you're into. Okay, there's an element of parties here, element of music here. So being in those type of social gathering will be very helpful for you to like step up and be more of an authoritative figure here. Okay, the 9 is also like a deity number, a leadership number, somebody that's matured here. Okay, so that also plays a role in your stepping into your authority power. Okay, thank you, my Tauruses. Let's move on to my Geminis. What makes Geminis great leaders? All right, what is the authoritative energy that lies in every Gemini, or you Geminis that you're here? Okay, what is making you a leader? Organization. So this looks like you being in charge, being a boss naturally, you being always fighting for the higher positions at your job, showing that you're organized, showing that you're smart, intelligent, and that you can control any situation. It's like bossing up, almost like an entrepreneur energy, or if it's not entrepreneur energy, like being in like a company and always fighting for higher positions and moving up there. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here for you, my Geminis. You know how to organize, you know how to get everybody in line, you know how to create the rules and set people on to where they need to be, okay? And standing out and letting people know that you are in charge and you know how to put things together, own your own business even, and make it rock, okay? So this is how you show leadership, by shining and letting everybody know too. You should think about being in organizations that are willing to push you up too, all right? Or you being an entrepreneur. Let's look at what you can integrate to make you even a greater authoritative figure, my Geminis. Thank you so much. Negotiation. So this here is talking about you learning how to negotiate, all right? And I feel like you guys naturally know how to do it. This is talking about partnerships here for me, and the type of people you choose to work with, right? And balancing this energy out is highly essential here. It's very necessary for your growth and you stepping into a more powerful, authoritative energy here. See, if you understand people's emotions and you understand how they act, and you know how to see that and bring that into balance and be able to see how you're going to capitalize on how they are putting things out there and how they feel and how they behave, by you paying keen attention with your intelligence, this will help you to make better negotiations with business partnerships, with people that you're trying to work with people that you're trying to win contracts with. So there's something about you being able to capitalize on your negotiation powers, okay, by understanding people, what they are presenting and how they truly feel. So it's like bringing those two energies together. And I feel like a lot of you Geminis already have great communication skills, okay? And the more you are able to use that, the more you can show this authority, okay? So using these elements, seeing the bigger picture, seeing how you can capitalize on whatever negotiations that you have with other people or who you decide to get into business partnership with is highly essential. This allows you, see, I feel like when you are in this situation, your intelligence is on cloud 9. When you are right there to write the contract, to speak what you need to speak, to do that pitch, that is your opportunity to show that you are a highly professional, authoritative figure that understands what you're talking about. So, you know, I feel like also bringing in the element of how big this can be, whatever it is that you're saying, how big it can go and how profitable it can be, and how you can spread it out and make it into something even mega. It's all particles or part of the negotiation skill that is all going to take you to the next level and put you in a very high authoritative energy here, all right? So that's what I'm seeing. So the number 7 and number 10 here, it's all about introspection, applying intelligence, and also standing in your authoritative power here, okay? And always rising and, you know, not settling for less. You are not supposed to be working in the back. You're supposed to be seen and known as the authoritative figure. And these are the two elements that is going to put you in that high power seat, all right? My Geminis, thank you so much for being here with me. All right, thank you. Let's move on to Cancers. What makes you a great leader? What is it that you guys are doing that is putting you in a leadership role? What is the skill? What is the gift? What is the ability that you do naturally that makes you leaders? You guys are cardinals, so I know that you're naturally leaders, but what is it? Let's see. Decision. Your ability to make strong decisions, okay? Being that powerful force, not allowing yourself to be wishy-washy, being able to balance yourself out. You know, I feel like you think about everything. You put your surrounding into consideration. You look at the environment, you look at the people, you look at the situation. You see what is going on and you put all of the elements into place, and then you make a decision. And that decision is based on you thinking about everything. and making sure that you understand the whole environment and the reason and the situation surrounding your decision making. And I think that some people have hard times making the right decisions, and you naturally have the ability to make a decision right there on the spot. And it's so quick, because what could take 10 years for someone to decide, maybe you can decide in a day. It happens natural for you. You have the ability to make that decision. And like I said, you put all of the factors that you need to put into the situation before you even say that, okay, this is my decision. And yet you make the right ones. And this is why you are the great leader. So people are hiring you at their job, and one of the elements that maybe you didn't even realize that that's one of the reasons why they moved you up to the managerial position is because you make decisions. You don't hesitate. You know how to think on your feet and decide, okay, no, you are gonna go do this and that and that and that and that. Okay. And if you can't make decisions quickly, you cannot be a great leader. And you naturally come with this power. So it's very admirable to me. Okay. It's really cool. Okay, and you think about solutions or everything in your decision making. Let's look at what elements you can implement, my Cancers, that will even make you a greater authoritative figure here. Influence. So now, moving into this energy here, we're talking about you applying even more intelligence here, okay? And moving into a place where it's almost like a counselor. This is the energy that I'm getting, like a counselor. Somebody that's power, has power with their words, that their energy alone influences people in a way that, they can't refuse it. You are using a lot of wisdom to come to that decision that makes you say what you say, that puts you in a high position when you're dealing with people one-on-one. It's like you have the ability, or if you can integrate the ability of sitting down and listening to both sides of the story, for instance, and coming up using your wisdom and your intuition to come up with decisions and advising people, it will put you in an even higher authoritative figure. So jobs like a counselor, like a spiritual person, people that resolve issues, like even wherever you are, you have great influence with your words and your wisdom. So where can you apply that? Your intelligence, all right? Your spiritual abilities. Where can you apply that influence? That will put you in a high authoritative figure, my Cancers. This is the energy that I'm getting. And it has a lot to do with people. All right. Dealing with people one-on-one is what shows how powerful you are and puts you in an authoritative figure. Okay. Even sometimes romance, if the conversation, if the counseling or the words you're talking about can be about, if you can be a marriage counselor, this could work out. Or even helping people to balance out, their masculine and feminine energy. If you can be in this field, you are highly up there, and it will bring your authority energy out. You will naturally step into that powerful role because you have that influence over decision making and influence over other people, just by speaking your truth and applying yourself, your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all right, and intuition to any situation. This is what sets you apart. This is what's going to make you, or makes you, the authoritative figure, my Cancers. Thank you all so much. All right. People, think about subscribing, liking, and sharing. I come with the business. I keep it interesting with different readings. You have so much to gain from subscribing to my channel. Comment and let me know what's resonating and what you're taking. Okay, let's move on to Leos. What makes Leos great leaders? All right, Leos are meant to be leaders too. So what makes them naturally great leaders? Leos. Independence. See, amongst your peers, you show emotional intelligence. You show that you are independent. You show people that you know who you are. You show people that you understand yourself. You show people that you have knowledge about self. All right, and you understand yourself, and even though you're amongst everybody, you're still a powerful individual that knows who you are, where you come from, and where you're going. This is why you are a great leader, because of the knowledge of self, the understanding of self, the power over your emotions, and understanding of who you are and where you came from and where you're going, and how that sets you apart from everybody. That is what makes you that great leader. Now let's look at what you could integrate, or what you could learn, or what you already do that sets you apart and make you that powerful authoritative figure amongst your peers. Why and what could make you Leo's authoritative figures? I'm getting ancient energy from this as well. There's something about you that's old soul, okay? And out of this place as well, because 11 is also 11th house. You could be star seed. You could not just be of earth, okay? And you could also be old souls, my Leos. Looking at the 7, see, so there is an element of you being a great counselor, you being a great negotiator, all right? Understanding the bigger picture, being able to look at people, understand the situation that you're in, seeing what they are presenting and how they truly feel, seeing behind the energies, and bringing all those elements together to make great negotiations, business negotiations with partners, all right, and letting them see how whatever negotiation that or whatever you are saying is going to bring more money, thinking in a broader scale, thinking in an abundance form that is going to benefit you guys and beyond, even humanity. Okay, so I'm seeing this ability of you being a great negotiator by you understanding what needs to be said and what is hidden that needs to also come out, and bringing those two elements together, my Leos, is part of the reason why you will step up and be a great authoritative figure, because you understand what it takes to build communities. You understand what it takes to see the bigger picture. You understand what to say, all right? What you need to express to be able to win that contract, okay? You show people what they're going to gain, and you see the bigger vision, and you think big. And with these elements at play, whenever you are in front of people, and also applying intelligence, because the 7 is also intelligence and your high spiritual abilities, seeing clearly and seeing what is hidden, all of these elements come into play is what's going to make you a great negotiator, and also set you apart and make you that high authoritative figure here. I feel like a lot of you can get into businesses that allows you to negotiate. Like I see real estate, I see a business here that you do on your own as an entrepreneur that has a lot to do with negotiation, that you have to talk people into something and you win the contract. So what business can you get into that you're a private contractor, that you are independent, that you probably work alone, that you can talk your way into winning? That's the vibration. All right, that's something that you can do, my Leos, that is going to put you in a high authoritative figure. So it's oozing of entrepreneurship, real estate, business, I don't know, anything anything that you can involves negotiation. You know how to do it, because you apply all the elements that I told you about, and that's how you are the great authoritative figure. And this is where your leadership lies, my Leos. Okay, let's move on to my Virgos and look at what makes you guys great leaders. All right, so far. And even though you're a mutable sign, it doesn't mean that you cannot have leadership roles. So let's look at what makes you Virgos great leaders. Riches. Wow. So it's about you becoming wealthy. You see, and this kind of wealth comes from Saturn, which means your hard work. You bust your behind. You work up the ladder and you get riches. So long as you focus on getting up in the higher positions at your job or whatever business you are, and looking like wealth, creating wealth and riches for yourself, this was what sets you apart. The reason why people can see you as a leader is because you are rich and you know how to get that money. You know how to make that money. You are wealth, a walking wealth. Okay? That is why you are wealthy. That is why you are a leader, because you know how to become rich. You know all that it takes to become rich, look rich and everything. Okay? Let's go ahead and see what you can integrate, my Virgos, that will make you even more wealthier. I said wealthier. Maybe I needed to say that. That will make you a powerful, authoritative figure. Organization. This is right in your alley. So like I said, you got 10-10. Hey, you got, guess what? Another 10 at the bottom. This is crazy. This synchronicity is wild. Okay. So Saturn is speaking very big for you, Virgos. Staying within the conventional ways of reaching higher status in life. You're doing what society expects of you. That's what I'm getting by the convention. Then you rising up and either being an authoritative figure or showing your high managerial position and or leadership role at your jobs. So if they are not going to promote you, you don't need to be there. If you're not going to become the owner of the business, maybe you should rethink it. Or a high position, because you see, by you showing that you can handle the whole tax of the company or the business or whatever career that you have, you are showing authority. So your authority is the traditional authority energy, period. That is, people who rule societies, become presidents of companies, people who do the job, go to school and get up there slowly and surely. If it's entrepreneurship, you work hard and you get to that position where you are the leader. I think you should go check the angel number 101010, because this is your energy. If you can get use 10 as your lucky number, because it's showing 3 times. Okay, it's very important for you. Look at your 10th house, my Virgos, and see what element is in there to give you more information. Do things at 10 o'clock. Check where Saturn is placed in your house, in your charts, to understand what's going on with this energy here. I would look for some lucky charms that will help me to bring in more riches. Everything about you, if you want to be that great leader and that authoritative figure that is powerful, you should be really like showing how powerful you are as a business owner or someone that can actually handle everything in one company. Okay, so the more you show that you can handle everything, the more authoritative you look. Okay, and a great leader you appear, and the more wealth comes to you. So I think you guys are amazing, my Virgos. Thank you for being here. I love your energies. Okay, let's go ahead and look at Libras. What makes Libras great leaders? Because I think you guys also belong to the cardinals, which means you are natural leaders. But let's see what is making you, my Libras, that are showing up great leaders. Oh my God. I think that with this bluff here, my Libras, it looks like you guys show leadership even when you don't think that you can do something. But then your first impression, okay? So it's like putting on the show. making yourself seem like you know what you're doing, even when you don't feel that confident about it. But putting on a show, proving yourself, like bluffing your way to authoritative energy. So that's what I'm saying. There's nothing dishonest about this energy. It's just that sometimes you have to let people feel like you're an expert in something, even though you don't really know if you are that. Even though you already know you're not that, you're not an expert. You have to always put on this energy, this, I don't want to say facade, but you have to ooze up this energy of confidence, like I'm an expert. Okay, even if you don't think you're an expert. And that is how you show leadership. So you could be someone that go to a job interview and you probably would say, make up white lies, whatever they call it. Like, yeah, I can really do this. It's like you are very impressive with your words, and you can sell anything. It's like a good salesperson. But then again, you probably don't know much about the product. So it's how you put yourself out there. Showing that you can do more than you actually know you can is how you show leadership. It's an interesting twist, but that is your energy that I'm getting here. If it's true to you, let me know, my Libras. You know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing wrong with puffing your shoulders and actually doing it too, to prove that you can actually do it, you know. It's just that maybe you have to do that to show that you can win, or that you know what you're talking about. Sometimes you got to do that. I think everybody plays that role a little bit when they are going for job interviews. There's an element of that in almost everybody's behavior a little bit when they are trying to impress somebody. Okay, so there's that energy of putting on that impression, okay, and letting people see that, okay, putting a show, you know, being flamboyant, showing it off, being bigger than what you seem to be. Okay, all right, let's look at what elements you can integrate to even make you a higher authoritative figure, even greater. This isolation is about you focusing on your work, okay? And sometimes you understanding that maybe you need to work alone so you can prove your work, you can prove your skills, and not feeling bad because, you know, maybe you have to work alone and isolate yourself instead of working with groups. Okay, I feel like naturally a lot of you like to work alone. All right, you like to work alone because you can do a whole lot when you do things alone, and that makes you feel lonely. But that is how you show authority, being given the space to prove yourself by doing your work behind closed doors, away from everybody. So I see a sense of entrepreneur here, or someone that, you know, has a task that they follow every day. Even if they have a job, they have a particular task, and that is their expertise and in their area, and they focus and they do that, and they don't need anybody's help. So it's like you like working alone. It's best for you to work alone somehow, and that is how you show that you know, you are a great authoritative figure, and that puts you in a place where people can see that this is an expert. He knows what he's doing. You know, he doesn't need any of you to do anything. He can handle this thing on his own, or she can handle this on her own. All right, you don't have to pity me. Yes, it makes me feel isolated. It makes me feel alone, you know, but this is how I roll. This is why I'm an authoritative figure. Okay, this is how you come off. All right, my Libras. So that's what I have to say. You know, and it doesn't matter that you work behind the scenes. It doesn't matter if your work is about being of service, my Libras. At the end of the day, your work that you do every day is what shows that you are a great authoritative figure. Okay, it's all in your work and how much effort and time you put into it. Okay, let's move on to my Scorpios. What makes Scorpios great leaders? What's making you guys great leaders, my Scorpios that find this reading? Why are you guys leaders? What leadership roles do you guys play here? Okay. Originality. So I feel like you stand out amongst your friends, and that naturally sets you apart and people can see. And it's based on the fact that you come up with some original ideas, new concepts, new ways of thinking, you know, more modern, more inventive, more new age, more out of the box thinking. You come up with different concepts that help solve situation and move humanity ahead. This is what makes you and sets you apart, okay, from your peers, and shows that you're a great leader here. Okay, let's go ahead and see, my Scorpios, what energies you can integrate in you that is going to really put you in that high authoritative energy, okay, or that you probably already do. Okay, let's see. Manipulation. This is manipulating things into your favor, using your power, using a broad way of thinking. But I'm also going to check this real quick here. Scorpio's natural rulership of the 8th house shows a benefit from an inheritance or heirloom, a difficult legal problem, persuasive promotion, or propaganda for a person or project, detective work to prize out someone's secrets. So this is about you standing in your element, because this is dealing with your house, the 8th house, okay, and you understanding what's going on behind the scenes, you using your psychic abilities and your wits and your investigative vibration or energy or skill to figure out some truths and what's hidden so you can bring things to light. I feel like, you know, the more you can use this ability to, the more you can use this detective way of seeing things and manipulating situation to your favor, the more you can rise up in authority. I think that there are elements that nobody needs to know. There are some things that you probably know that you need to keep secrets. You know, maybe you need to follow somebody that's an authority figure and learning from them, paying attention to all of the secrets and every aspect of how they became that leader, and you incorporating those things, and that's how you're going to get up there and become the authority figure. But you are someone that is going to get the opportunity to see it all. And I think that a lot of you find yourself in that position where you know all the ins and outs, you know all the back doors, and you know how to work all that in your favor just to be that authoritative figure, to rise up. You know what it takes by seeing the whole picture and being able to manipulate it in your favor is how you get there. So there's some, you know, behind the scenes work that gets done here, you know, within you, that naturally comes to you. It's like a power that you have because you can see all that stuff and all those areas. You are able to rise up quickly. Maybe sometimes some of you may even expose some leaders, and that's how you get up there and become the authority figure. So there is some tricky thing about it, right? There's some tricky energy here, my Scorpios. But it's all about you thinking big, you know, manipulating the situation in your favor in a way that you can advance by maybe even sometimes exposing someone. You know, I know this doesn't sound that great to people, but sometimes to be in a place of power, you somehow may go through that feeling, may go through these things, you know, and that's just how it is for some people. For the Scorpios, they are the ones that have to see all of this backdoor stuff and still be able to rise and learn and get up there. And it's because they hold these secrets. Scorpios are able to hold the secrets and see all through the thing. That's how come maybe they can even rise up there too, because it's like maybe the leadership roles or the authority role is based on you ability to keep those secrets and see them and keep them. You know, we all know that a lot of people in authority have secrets, you know, behind closed doors. All right, so this is how you get in, and that's the truth, point blank. Anyway, thank you, my Scorpios. Comment and leave me comment and tell me what you think. Okay, all right, Let's move on to Sagittarians. What makes Sagittarians great leaders, Spirit? Optimism. Very highly optimistic. This is your energy here. This is your emotional well-being. This is how you guys are naturally lucky. It's like the charab right here. You take decisions, you take actions, you make moves, you get out there. You know, I feel like you mingling, you know, going to different parties, having fun with your friends, you know, musical occasions, stuff like that, artistic places, but sincerely like traveling and learning new things about how whatever it is that you're doing is what, you know, puts you in that leadership role. And it's because you know so much and you're always willing to express that positive, optimistic side of things by mingling and having fun with everybody, sharing your knowledge, okay, and going to different places just to get more information and to do what you need to do, even if it's education, traveling, whatever it is that you need to do, that allows you to even stay optimistic. And so when you are in gatherings, you are spreading cheer, you're spreading optimism, you're spreading information, you're spreading joy. And this is the energy that sets you apart and makes you that great leader, because everybody want to listen to that optimistic leader. Everybody want to listen to your stories. What did you learn? Things, information. It's like, it's an amazing thing to listen to a Sag, because they have such broad spectrum of knowledge, and it's because of this optimistic mindset that they have that, you know, it feels good to them to know new things and to spread that and to be at that party and enjoying themselves. This is what sets you apart and makes you a great leader. No great leaders can get away with not being optimistic. All right, what makes you a leader, it stems from the fact that you have that optimistic mindset. If you didn't have that optimistic mindset or feel that kind of energy, positive vibration, then you probably wouldn't step up and become a leader to anything, you know. So leadership, I feel like optimism is ingrained in the concept of leadership. Nobody wants to lead anything they don't believe in and feel good about. So it's part of it, you know, and this is the energy that you carry, and it makes you very lucky. All right, it makes you very lucky. You have spirits and angels and, you know, sharabs always taking you to your lucky part, you know, leading you and showing you things that you didn't know because of this energy. So let's look at what else you can integrate to, you know, make you that great authoritative figure here, my sides. Fortune. Ooh, it's you. Talents. Putting yourself out there, sometimes even working with kids, being versatile. All right, having that talent and putting yourself out there, not being afraid to shine, showing it off, being able to change when you need to change, you know, because that 5 brings me the changing energy, and that Leo energy, that sun energy, this belongs to Leo. So when you think about what can set you apart, it's about all the elements of the 5th house, right? Things that have to do with children. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you teach kids. Things that have to do with you expressing yourself, showing off your talents. All right, changing situations. I even want to say wearing yellow. Having that cheerful, sunny attitude, that believing that you're a fortunate person. You have great fortune. Knowing that and always tapping into that and, you know, shining in that energy. That is how you are stepping out and being that authoritative figure, my Sagittarius. It has to do with self-expression, showing off your talents, being happy, being ready to change when you need to change direction, try new things, but it's about you showing it off. It's not about keeping it there, shining your light on a spiritual level, shining your light, showing your knowledge. It creates great fortune for you. And the more fortune that you have, the more authoritative you can become. So there's something about you being optimistic, getting that money. When you have that money and everything that makes you what fortune is to you, then you can even be a great authoritative figure, because it's like you have something to share, you have something to give. So the more you share and get, you know, your fortune, the more you also become a great authoritative figure. You understand me? Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay. Okay, let's move on. My Capricorns, what makes you great leaders? And I know you guys are cardinals, so you naturally are natural born leaders. But let's see what makes you great leaders, my Capricorns. Restlessness, but this is an energy of you coming first, understanding your mind power, right? You being able to take decisions, make decisions, have the knowledge necessary to move forward. I feel a sense of a healer here. Okay, someone that has knowledge that heals people, a lot of it, that sets you apart. It is what you're saying, the way you think, and the way you put yourself out there. You're speaking, and you being ready to speak it and make your point clear, and always expressing that knowledge is what sets you apart and makes you that leader. Like I said, I feel like some of you are leaders too, and this is where your power lies as a leader here. Okay, you express that, you expressing your knowledge, you know, it's how you set yourself apart here. Always starting out, being the one that speaks, being the one that starts things. All that is that one vibration, all that is you. Let's look at what other energy you can integrate to make you a great authoritative figure here, my Capricorns. What even gives you more authority? Empathy. So like I said, you guys are my like healers here, is what I'm seeing. Some of you's work has a lot to do with spirituality. For whoever you guys are, Capricorns, that find this reading, you guys are empaths. You guys can become someone that is working in the service area. You know, the 12th house is about jail, hospitals, confinements. It's like you probably listening to these people that are in trouble, helping them to heal from addictions. But it also is about spiritual energy here, where you are an empath and you're a healer, and you know, you pass on information, and you know, it's like you can feel other people, and so you know what to say to them. It's like being of service. It's like a sacrificial lamb in sort of energy, being helpful to animals, taking care of the community by listening to people and knowing what they need, so you can be of help to them. Showing empathy is what sets you apart, and people respect that, and it puts you in a very authoritative figure, authoritative energy. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. Okay, check out what's in your 12th house. Understand that. I think that also the hangman energy comes out to me, where you are needing to always look at things from a different perspective, understanding the role that spirit has to play in our lives, and using that as a tool to push you up and set you apart from others. So you guys are like my empaths and my spiritual gurus with high powerful words. You can even write a book that heals people, that deals with information that will help them uplift themselves, and that's how you become that authoritative figure and that great leader. Showing concern for the environment, the animal family, you know, passing that information over to other people. It's like you are the spiritual people here so far, and your authority lies in you following your spiritual path as an empath. All right, this is for you, my Capricorns, that just showed up in this reading. Okay, let's move on to Aquarians. What makes you great leaders? Companionship. This is very Aquarius energy to me. Yeah, it's moon in, I think it's moon in Aquarius here, and it's definitely about you understanding the power of working together with other people. That, you know, sometimes people think that when you work with other people, you can't stand out and you cannot be seen. But you guys, you can see that this is like 4 people. You guys are holding each other together. You guys have the same role. You're all holding each other together by working together, right? And you're still standing out. And this is why you're a leader. So it's like working with people, not being afraid to be in the background. It's not about you standing up and being standing in front of the 3 people and putting them in the back. Your leadership comes from you working with others. It's just that simple. You thrive better as a leader when you have a companion, when you are in partnerships, when you are in groups and doing things like a group thing, you know, and that is how your leadership role comes in. Is thinking with other like-minded people. You guys coming to a decision together, applying your intelligence together so that you guys can come up with something amazing. You guys are the ones that can do that. All right, let's go ahead and look at what you can integrate to make you even a more powerful, authoritative figure, my Aquarians. You guys, you Aquarians redefine leadership to me, because when you think about leadership, most of us have an image of one person standing in front of everybody, but you guys are like 4 people standing in front. You guys redefine what leadership is. Leadership is us. That's how you guys think. Leadership is all of us, okay, applying ourselves and our strengths, and all of us working together to make whatever it is we want happen. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Let's look at what you need to integrate to even make you more powerful, all right, as an authoritative figure. The status. Okay, so your status matters. Once again, I see the number 2 here. It's never about you being alone, guys. See, it's 2 faces, number 2. And number 7 is also about partnerships. In astrology, it's about 2 people. Marriage partners, business partnerships. Okay, and that is how you get there. And here is the 2 again. This is about you, you know, thinking about always stepping into higher status, right? Thinking bigger than yourself, but working with somebody. It's always about you working with somebody. There's 2 people here coming together and moving up in life and gaining status together. This could also just be you always working on what will put you in a higher status in life through gaining some prosperity, possessions, money, wealth, and that naturally changing your status. This can happen through marriage or partnerships, or just you just working and upgrading yourself all the time. But it has a lot to do with money and wealth as well, and you thinking bigger and wanting bigger things in your life. Okay, I also see that, you know, there's probably an element of health in here. Maybe if you could be in the health industry, you know, healing industry, that could also bring some sort of authority, you know, and leadership. That's when you're standing in your power. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing for you, my Aquarians. I think it's a great energy. You should always think about being together with somebody or working together with others, you know, and not be afraid of feeling like, okay, you got to do it all by yourself. You should always be thinking in 2s and 4s, which I think you naturally do. So you just head yourself and what it takes. Okay, the possessions, the financial possessions, your status changing in life is integrated in how you stand up and become that leader and that authority in yourself as well. Let's look at the last sign, Pisces. All right, my Pisces. What makes you Pisces that find this reading great leaders? What is it that you do that makes you like that unique leader in society? Okay, we'll take that one. Defense. So I think you need to be, you know, when you defend your property, what you've acquired, all right, whatever you've worked so hard for, protecting what you have, fighting for what you have and what you want in life. There is something about you playing that warrior, going to war, fighting for the weak, fighting for your positions, for what you trust and believe in. Always defending your honor and the things that you've acquired. Is how people see. It's like when it comes, I guess, let me rephrase this. When it comes to you fighting for your property, your home, whatever you've worked hard for, your money, your finance and stuff, your possessions, and that could be whatever you find worthy in your life. When you fight for that stuff and people see you in that action, they see you as a leader. Okay? When you are fighting for something and defending something that you believe in, that you find worthy of your time, that is when your leadership role shows. So when you have something to defend, something to fight for, you know, whether it being human beings, projects, physical stuff, money, whatever, then you are in your leadership role. Okay, let's look at what you could integrate to put you in a high to put you in a authoritative figure even more. You probably already do this, but let's see. Okay, that fell off, so we'll take that. Something having to do with your work. All right, your work. It doesn't matter if you work by yourself. I think that you show people that you're a great authoritative figure by literally doing the physical work. You can't talk it without walking it. You are comfortable working alone. You don't mind working behind the scenes. Getting up and going to work every day is showing people that you have the authority. You know, if you can have a job and stay with your job and take care of it by yourself, like you have a tax that you do and everybody know you, that you're an expert in this, and you get up and you go to work every day, that is how you show your authority, through your hard work and what you do every day to make money. That is how you show people that you're an authority figure. All right, and you start to feel that authority within yourself and feel great about who you are when you work, have a job that you go to. It's as simple as having a job and sticking to that, and you not needing anybody to help you with your particular task, and you being an expert in that task and doing it well alone without anybody. And that is how you become that authority within yourself, feeling that energy and also showing that and people seeing you in that manner. So that is what I got for you, my Pisces. Thank you all so much for being here. All right, my collective, all of you, comment, like and share, and thank you so much for being here for this reading. Bye.